inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 24. They'll try and run for this with Akers. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. Complete. Jefferson to target. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really,
trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick-6, but now they're so close, they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Cam Akers taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Throwing his car on third down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Carr to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. Now Carr again. He hits Adams complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 40. Throwing now is Carr. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
36-yard line. Now Carr. And it's complete to Adams. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 16. First and 10 at the 16-yard line. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. And score that one for one of the league's best. Jalen Ramsey getting the tackle for loss. And this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. Touchdown! Darren Waller with a touchdown grab from Derek Carr. And the Raiders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. These two teams all tied after one. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. Taken down at the 47-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete.
Oh, I like the calm. Ball here, no panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
4th down, Mayfield. We'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, 47 yards. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Raiders.
The
for as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man. And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. From the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on. Both sides moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout. An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all, but right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction? They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield looks to throw. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And his throw is incomplete. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on. Again, it's Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now Carr. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, we're going to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. From the gun, it's Carr. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be out of bounds. 25 yards that time. Here's Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. To throw his Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, L.A. Van Jefferson, 66 yards. And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Rams will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, touchdown LA. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards as they have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Raiders 28.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Throwing his car on 3rd down. He hits Adams, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Carr to throw again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
He's going to find and complete it to Renfrow. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 33. Now a first carry for Brandon Bolden. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Carr. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
It's caught left side, Bolden. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Hey, we're good.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd.
Picked off by Denzel Perryman.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and inches, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Duron Harmon.
And the Raiders are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Now after the INT, it's Carr.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And that's complete to Adams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. They do go for it. It's Carr. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Rams are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
They'll run a draw now with Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, Mayfield.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. On third down, Mayfield. That would complete to Skoranek. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And the Raiders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Carr. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at
it. It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing, Mayfield. Right back to Atwell. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third and a few inches. Going right back to Akers. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A give up the middle to Akers. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. First down marker at the 8. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Mayfield. That's out to the flat for Akers. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. On 2nd and goal, Mayfield. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. This one brought in by Jefferson. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s? Oh, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Carr again. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A pair of teammates at Fresno State connecting there. Derek Carr to Devontae Adams. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Here's Mayfield. And now here is another interception. And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the...
He's got a man complete.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
One final try now for Carr. And this is going to be caught. So an offensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
It's complete, and he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.